Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Diablo 3. We're doing pretty well at the moment. We've got 6 Great Rift Keystones and we are working on leveling up our gems to 45, which I believe is the last bit of the Destroyer level that we need. After that, we're on to Conqueror, so we're going to have to start thinking of the conquests that we're going to be trying to do and carry on doing other things. But for the moment, it's just going to be grinding. In terms of materials, we've got quite a lot available, so we can do re-rolls of equipment. And I was thinking that it's probably worth us having a go at reforging Death Wish, just while we've got it here. While we've got these materials, because we're going to need to start running bounties soon. And it didn't exactly make it better. Which is a bit of a shame, but it's worth us trying these things. We'll keep doing that. There's 1 in 10 chance that it becomes ancient. 1 in like a bajillion that it becomes primal ancient. But we can always just keep retrying. We do have Ramalama Ding Dong ready to go. But obviously we're not going to use that right now. So this episode is going to be all about rifting. And then next episode we'll probably get back on and run some bounties, try and get some more materials. Can't afford to empower, so let's just go in. We're going to keep it at 77 because that's what we were running successfully last time. And I remember last time I was doing a pretty good job of just getting the bonus mirror images to do the killing while we teleport around a lot. Obviously we're still going to be pumping out the explosions ourselves, but okay, I need to move on to something that's going to give us a bit more progress. It's all well and good getting these mobs killed, but they're not really doing a huge amount for us. We need something a bit more interesting to kill. I keep getting snagged on little edges. Hey, at last, our first elite pack. I would quite like to get this guy killed off. Okay, well that's a little bit of progress. Not amazing, but not terrible, of course. And we're keeping our damage reduction nice and high. So one thing that I did is I've removed blur, and instead I've changed it so that we have unwavering will. So if we stand still for a while, our damage increases. Our resistances increase. As long as we're not moving, we work out better than when we have blur. As soon as we are moving, it takes a second and a half for our toughness to come back to the level it was at. And really, that's the only difference. It does work out at a damage increase, of course, which is going to be very useful. That's a bit more progress. This area was not great. We do have these guys just at the exit, though. Making me run away just when I'm trying to kill him is not doing a great job of helping. Because if we're not on top of him when that explosion goes off, it does nothing. Okay, let's Let's push on to the next area. Don't want to get frozen. Yeah, I still need to get the technique down for these guys, but at least we're not a danger of dying. Let's find some more elites. This entire section is not massively interesting with the amount of rift progress it's giving us. I mean, it's good for the occasional kill, but yeah, that entire area was a bit boring, really. Okay, let's get you guys exploded. Bang, bang. That's much better. That's how it's supposed to be. Well, he's going to explode, so let's just be a little bit careful around him and his friends. We're just not quite close enough. I still need to get that distance dialed in. Oh yeah, pull me in closer while I'm exploding on you. That is perfect. I will happily agree to that. That's feeling quite a bit better. Look at our progress now. For such a long time in this rift, we were just barely pushing time, and now we're almost 50% ahead. Okay, let's move on to the next area. We're going pretty deep into this rift. I see some more champions. Let's come up here, get them all lit on fire. Oh, the knockback. When you rely on being right next to the mobs in order to properly nuke them, knockback is a real killer. Still, Rift Guardian time. Because see, this guy's going to be a little bit annoying, but we'll try and get some decent explosions on him in one go. Ooh, no, let's not stand directly underneath that. Alright. 6 minutes 54 seconds remaining. We've got another consumable. That's actually really good. So we can use one on our current weapon. And then save one for the future. Plenty of things to ID there. So Kadala, we're still talking to you about braces.
That is too expensive.
Promise of Glory, we've seen that many times before. Let's put our points in. 3 up here, 3 over here. Did not mean to do that. So 50, 50, 28, and 2 more in intelligence. Okay, it's Sigil. Yeah, it's working for us because of the energy twister, but we do want to eventually replace it. Ancient string of ears. Ah, the wailing host, finally.
Have you spoken?
Finally.
Not yet. What does one
Find a wailing host.
ghost?
I suppose you start with hello.
Ramalama Ding Dong goes down here. Yeah, we don't have a weird ward yet. Pretty certain we don't have one. Oh no, we do. We do have a weird ward, so we can get rid of that. Nagel Ring, that's new. I like Nagel Ring for leveling. We just haven't really... yeah, we didn't find one early enough in the game for it to be interesting / worthwhile. Let's keep that. I think we'll just salvage the rest of these. Because none of them are particularly useful for us. The other advantage when we switch across to doing bounties is we will get more plans for the various gems and things, which is always going to be good. Still can't afford to empower it, so let's just hop back in and do another one. So in terms of how the new Firebird set feels, I do quite like it. The previous one was great in its own way, but this is a different and still interesting take on the Firebird set, which I think is a hard thing to do. You know, having your damage increase depending on the number of mobs that were on fire and having it boosted by elites lent itself to a very particular play style, which is not always going to be a bad thing, but this does feel like it gives a bit more freedom. We've already experimented with a couple of different techniques that have worked, and it gives you more ideas for how to properly do that, whereas with the other one you had to damage mobs with 3 different fire skills, so it really kind of forced you into a corner with that. That's a lot of frozen going off in there. Don't want to get caught in that. That would be very painful. That's what our mirror images are for. Let them do all the heavy dying. Knowledge increases, power increases, everything increases. Let's get some more mirrors out here. I had to dodge away in the middle of that because the dude was going to explode and I really didn't want to get caught by it. We've got a super large stock of health and stock of shield, which is great. That's exactly what we want. So I'm not too worried about getting one shot by something like that, but still got to be cautious. Channeling Pun. Oh, Cormac's dead. I thought that would be another pack of elites. I should have done it a bit sooner. We really need to think about getting him just permanently alive. I think that would be a worthwhile use of our Death's Breath, actually. Thinking about the specific benefit we would get from him constantly being alive, whether it's from the Nemesis Bracers or the extra Death's Breath drops. Not that we really care about Death's Breath, but basically all the emanating stuff that he's got. And it would also mean that we can think about changing our rings over if we wanted to do that, like get away from the Halo of Carini. And instead go for Unity, go for a flat damage reduction. Although, we're pretty much always hitting something far enough away for the Halo of Carini to be doing its thing. So I don't know. But certainly keeping him alive will have just general benefits. Ooh, that was a little bit painful. That was just like a direct smack on the face. So that went all the way through all of our shields. One thing I did think about doing would be putting Galvanizing Ward on. But we're constantly taking little bits of damage, and Galvanizing Ward is one of those things where it's working, it's working, it's working until it's not working. And then when it's not working, it's really not working and you're dead. But if we do get Ashnagar's Blood Bracer, then it would be worth us considering, like maybe drop elemental exposure for that, because most of the things that we're hitting mobs with, it's just fire, so it's only a little bit of benefit we're getting from elemental exposure. Whereas Galvanizing Ward would be a huge defensive buff. Come down and focus on this guy. That went really well. Lovely. Came along nice and quick. Ha ha ha! Boom, boom, and he's gone. Another consumable. Okay. So we're definitely going to have to use one on our current weapon. I held off last time because you use the one that you've got, and then you've got a spare, which is great. And then you think, maybe I'll use it on my next thing, and then you're out. Whereas if we've got two spares, we can use one on our current, one eventually when we reroll. It'll work out well. Yeah, that's a lot of consumables in quite a short space of time. The Kadala braces.
See you soon. That is too expensive.
Not a surprise, but still a disappointment. Points go in here, points go in here. We can probably put the difficulty up a little bit now. Typhon's Face. A good fun set, that one. I do recommend it. Ooh, another Death Wish. Well, we don't need another Death Wish, but we could extract that one if we wanted. Let's salvage some stuff up, and what I'm going to do... Let's get 4 Templar Relics. And we'll see if we can get him... the ability to stay alive. There we are, out of reusable parts. I did not see that coming. Okay, well, we'll just have to grind for more. We could do some transmuting between things, but it's really not worth it. In fact, what are you using at the moment? Cooldown on skills reduced, which is great. But yeah, the extra things are not really worth it. Oh yeah, I needed to put some more gems in for you, didn't I? Well, let's do that now. There you go. That gives you a bit of extra damage, a bit of extra toughness. This is going to get salvaged. This is going to get salvaged because we've got another. This is going to get salvaged. This is going to get salvaged because I don't care. This is going to get salvaged. Salvaged, salvaged. I need to re-roll the socket on this into something else to get salvaged. So remove the gem. We are going to put a new one in, of course. Don't worry. But 7% damage is not amazing. I mean, life per hit is actually not a terrible plan. Just to make us, like, even more invincible. Because one of our biggest issues at the moment... Oh, we do have life per hit now. Where are we getting that from? Oh, that's going to be from our Karrakin skills, isn't it? Of course. Yeah, we'll keep the 7% damage then. Alright. Ramalama Ding Dong on this. Add a socket to it. It's good. It's good enough, at least. Can we make better emeralds? Well, we can make royals. Great. Let's start pushing these up in preparation for a big boost. We've got the money for it, so we may as well. Okay, that's a pretty big damage increase in total for us. These come across. And yeah, salvage the rest up. That's a real shame about the reusable parts. Okay, another greater rift. Let's put this up to 79. Can't afford to empower it, so we'll just take it as it comes. Oh, I'm stuck on a corner. Oh, that's annoying. Let's not be in the middle of all that explosion when it goes off. Instead, we'll come and stand in the middle of all the elemental twerkers. Seems like a brilliant plan. Okay, grab all the orbs, get out of the horrible beams of death. Those doggos are still following us. Still putting down arcane beams, so we should probably take care of them before they become an actual problem. Cormac alive? Yes, he is. Let's hope he stays alive just for a moment. Speed pylon, perfect. Ooh, that was a little bit painful there. Let's not stand there. That's now getting bad, bad. Oh my god, look at this. This is horrible. And then making me run away as well. Right, there's one of them gone. There's the other one gone. I'm quite glad that I focused so much on survivability. We would have done that faster with Wave of Force, because, you know, having to be right on top of mobs to actually do the damage to them does restrict our ability when we have to run away from things like the frozen points on the ground. Right, anyone interesting down here? Not really. Little pops of explosion going off in the middle of all of this. Right, there's a fire chains guy. They are dead. We took quite a bit of damage from that, but our life does come back nice and quickly. And of course, when we're setting all this stuff on fire, it is dying by itself. There's no just like urgency for us to be focusing on an individual, because once things are ignited, they're burning to death. Okay, we need to find the next direction, which is down here. That's a lot of explosion death going off there. I'm really disappointed we didn't get to get Cormac his proper relic. Cormac is a vital part of our grand strategy. See, I think we can push on to probably Torment. Great Rift level 80 without too much difficulty. Now, I am aware that we have the power pylon on for the last couple of minutes, but just in general, we're survivable. We're doing enough damage that it's not a concern. Survivable being the most important bit. Killed him just as he was about to come and try and smack us. There we go. He took a little bit of effort, but we got a good amount of stuff from that. Oh, a phylactery. Haven't seen one of them this game. Not surprised because we do not care about them. Okay, 4 levels to go in. Let's put this in Bane of the Trapped. Hey, look, Firebirds offhand. I mean, that could be worth us changing over to just in general. That would allow us another piece that we could swap out elsewhere in our gear if we wanted. Which is actually a pretty huge thing when you think about the potential for what we could do. Whether it's swapping out the chest piece, legs. And it does have critical hits, grant arcane power. So we would need to re-roll that blizzard damage into... Well, we don't actually care that much about that. Because we've got our damage reduction sorted. Our resource cost reduction sorted. And it's Chandosso's Force, not the Firebird's Eye anyway. So we'll just forget that I mentioned anything there. We do have the Compass Rose though. That's new. So the question is, obviously this is going to come down here. We'll save you up there. Compass Rose and Traveler's Pledge. It was a nice idea, but the Convention of Elements is doing such a good job for us. I mean, we could even change this over for Squirt's Necklace. We just need to swap out one of our passives. Haunt of Vaxo doesn't emanate, so we don't care about it. Yeah, I think the rest of this is just gonna... It is a really nice Squirt's Necklace. We just need to re-roll probably the armor into a socket. It could cause us like to get one shot though. It really could. Okay, well we have a Squirt's Necklace somewhere that we were saving. Down there. Oh, that's got 100% critical hit damage. Yeah, we would want... That's a better one. That is a much better one. We'll save both. We'll save both because we can extract one and sort the other one out. So this is going to go... Hell, we'll keep it with the Firebird stuff just down here. We could, of course, re-roll these into different things, but it's not really worth it. Have I already handed this in with Auric? Yes, I have. So we can put our points in. Definitely strong enough to be pushing at that level. Let's salvage up all of this stuff. And we'll talk about braces again.
Fate smiles on you today. Do come back again.
I can't afford that.
Yeah. They're all going to get salvaged. Actually, can we do an upgrade? No, because we don't have the reusable parts. Yeah, so they're all good. All going to get salvaged. Right, in terms of actual Greater Keystones, we've still got 3 left. Let's hop in and do another one. I'm faffing around way too much. Put this up to 80. Let's find something interesting to explode on. This guy over here. Hello. Let's get some friends out. I think we actually got Frozen in there. I think he was Frozen and Frozen Pulse. But we survived, so it matters not. Yeah, getting large groups together does give us a decent amount of progress, so having this set up like this is really good for us. At the moment we've got the Flavour of Time on Cormac, which is it's very useful, it really is. We would have to swap it over for the S of Johann if we got rid of Rancer's Folly in order to try and clump things together in the same way. So is it worth having an offhand and braces in order to simulate that? Probably not. Come on, all the explosions. Don't make me run away when I'm trying to explode. That includes knocking me around, you know. The knockback is pretty extreme. Right, he's gone. That'll do. Who's next? Oh, you'll do. Perfect. Not even moving away from us. Nicely clustered together. Probably not worth staying to kill these couple, but you know, I've started, so I'll finish. Okay, we do need to move on though. This is not the way. Up here. Well, we got hit by one of the explosions and it did not kill us, so that's a really good feeling. There's the way on. Let's push on through. Nothing up here. I love the mobility of this class. I mean, it is one of my favourite things, beyond a doubt. Speed pilot. Ah, oh, Cormac's down. I should have looked. Oh, we still get the benefit of the pylon. It's just it's not going to last twice as long, and we don't get the elite mob spawning from it. You hear all the clanking of grates from up above. I don't care about any of them. Those random little packs of skeletons. All I care about is champion mobs. Like you. Some explodey stuff going on in there. Let's try and be a bit sensible about how we're dealing with all this. I want that purple orb. Almost Rift Guardian time. Let's get our mirror images out for this fight. That was a lot of damage that they did. Come on, give me the Guardian. There we go. It works, it works. 7 minutes 33, so that's a little bit faster than we've done in the past, as well as being like more difficult. So this is going to go into Taguk, and then we'll do one more just before we finish.
I need to go back.
So yeah, I'm not convinced that Ashnagar's blood braces are going to be actually useful for us. I mean, we would, of course, use them, but... Echoing Fury is kind of interesting. I think all of that's going to get salvaged up. So Kadala, the braces, because I do want them even if we don't end up using them. That's a big fat no across there. So Depth Diggers go. Trying for it. It's cool, but don't care. Don't care about that. Okay, we've got time for one more, so let's push in. We can empower it. Let's take it to 82. I should always wait to do my first teleport until we have our combustion stacks up, otherwise it's just gonna take forever. Okay, pretty good start. Channeling Pylon means we'll have our mirror images pretty much all the time. It definitely feels busier, but it's fine and manageable. And you can definitely feel the extra health that the mobs have. Right, he's gone. These things don't last forever though, it's already worn off. I think he actually stunned me in there for a second, which is worrying, because that means we don't get our shield. Trying to focus on these little groups just a bit to try and shore up some of our progress, because they do give us some, even if it's not a huge amount. Get a nice pack together like that. Then it's worth us sticking around and smacking them a few times. Of course, the one that we're right next to is the immune one. Let's not get caught in that explosion, because that's going to be nasty. Right, you are the last thing that I need to sort out in this area. Oh, there's a power pylon just up there. If I had seen this before, we would have been dealing with Frozens as well. So, it might not have been the best plan, but... But with this power pylon, we are going to take as much advantage of it as possible. So by putting the difficulty up, I mean the rank and file mobs, they get a little bit harder, but the Rift Guardian is going to be significantly harder. It's going to hit harder, it's going to have more health. We're going to keep obviously hitting it, and with Bane of the Stricken we'll be doing more damage over time. Not damage over time, but each hit will get a little bit stronger than the last. But eventually it's going to get to a point where we're going to need to be doing more damage just in general. Let's not get frozen. Let's not get hit by arcane beams. Let's not be in the middle of that. Just full stop. Really hard seeing what's going on underneath all of this. Let's not get exploded. Okay, pick up all of these bits. Yeah, so we want to have as much time as possible left when we get to the Rift Guardian, because it might take us a hell of a long time to actually fight it. At this level, probably not so much, but if we start really pushing further into the GRs, we'll need every moment we can get. 95. Yeah, I don't want to get knocked back into the flames. I also don't really want to fight the Rift Guardian round the flames, so you know, we'll have to figure out what we're doing with that. I'm not going to stand immediately underneath your poison bits. Ow, that's a little painful. Got hit by the poison, that's frustrating. He's going down. Bang. There we go. A little bit of dodging. Dodge, duck, dive, dip, dodge. I'll have all of these pieces. And Bane of the Stricken goes up.
I am returning to town.
And with that, we complete the Destroyer part of the season journey. So, Kadala, how about those bracers now? We're a Destroyer. We deserve the blood bracers.
Can't afford that.
That's a big fat no. Big fat no. Wait, let's get that IDing. We'll put our points in. 3 there, 2 there. 2 there and 2 there. So, Firebird's Plume. It's got a good intelligence roll on it, but it's not spectacular. This is not great. Strides of Destiny. Let's actually pull this up while we do this. So, Strides of Destiny, they come across. We're not doing anything with the Magistrate. So I think, yeah, actually, we're just going to salvage the rest of these up. Except we will keep this because we could potentially re-roll this into like the Firebirds offhand and then maybe swap out our chest piece or gloves or anything else. Let's just have a very quick look and see what we could do. In terms of headpieces, I don't think there's going to be anything interesting there. Maybe the Oryx crown. Archmage's Vicalgy would be hilarious, but our mirror images aren't going to be getting killed, so I don't think that's really gonna work. In terms of gloves, we don't have many options. Mage Fist would actually work quite well if we were to find that. Tasker and Theo works with the mirror images. It'd be an option. And in terms of boots, immunity to freeze and immobilize effects, move unhindered through enemies, both of those pretty useful. But are they worth doing the whole rigmarole of switching around equipment? Probably not. Anyway, there's some questions and some experimentation that we can potentially do in the future. Let's just salvage this all up. And I'm afraid we're actually going to have to finish it there. We are out of time. We've gone over by just a little bit. So thank you very much for coming along, everyone. I do hope you have enjoyed this. Next time we're going to be running bounties because we're going to be moving on to the Conqueror level. So we're going to need some more materials for a start. especially if we're going to be re-rolling things. We need to use Kanai's Cube to augment legendary items, so we need to do more rifting at some point. But I think we'll do a full set of bounties, and then we'll take it from there. As always, if you've enjoyed this, be sure to give a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so, and you'll be told when the next episode goes live. Otherwise, I'll see you next time for some more Diablo 3. See you soon.